This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Hoş geldiniz everyone. Today we will be exploring the abandoned city of Kayaköy and afterwards go on the hunt for some of the amazing beaches here in the area. So let's do this!
So we parked up our baby, we called him Gunther, and it's been a really nice experience having this, getting around all of Oludeniz and all of the other areas around. It's just such a blast.
Yeah, this time because we are so far out with the campsite that we are on, that we showed you in the previous video, we definitely needed this bad boy, Gunni or Günther. But he will be with us for the next few days, thank God, so we don't have to walk. Yeah,
but yeah, super handy. We've never actually done this yet. It's two firsts in one video, camping and ATV. It's pretty crazy. We've never camped before. As you saw in the last video, the campsite is absolutely spectacular. Being out in nature is amazing here. The quiet, the peace, everything that comes along with that. And then this ATV just opens up a whole different level of freedom. It's fantastic. So we're kind of at the entrance of Kayakoi, and there's a really pleasant looking local market that's taking place here. Probably not local, I'm sure it's here because it's directly in front of the ticket office. So it appears to be 20 Turkish lira per person to enter the Kayakoi ruins, and we're very excited to check this place out. Apparently this place was entirely abandoned. In 1920 was like the last or final evacuation of this beautiful place. Let's go and check it out.
Wow, check this out. We made it into one of the houses. You can actually access nearly everything here when you enter after the ticket office, when you enter the city basically. And this entire city was previously inhabited by Greek people. Obviously it was under Turkish administration, but it was inhabited by Greek people. And during World War I it was nearly completely depopulated, and then in 1923 it was evacuated, and now it's basically just this entire abandoned city where all of the houses, kind of like the walls of the houses, are still standing, but not much else other than that.
This place is really epic looking, really throws you back and gives you kind of a taste of history. I know if you're not really into history, it doesn't really blow you away that much, but even if you're interested in things like architecture or anything like that, the structure and the build of this village is just mind-blowing. Kind of all the houses and properties and stuff like that, you can find them, they go all the way up into the mountainside, and it gives just a really special appearance and aesthetic feel to the surrounding of this place. Hello.
Hello. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Here at Two Mad Explorers, we enjoy bringing you guys on the journey with us. So we were inspired to join Skillshare in order to create better videos for you guys and streamline the video creating process for us. So what we've been doing is using Skillshare to discover how to better edit our videos using Final Cut Pro with the course Video Editing with Final Cut Pro X from beginner to YouTuber from Ali Abdal. This course has over 1,000 reviews from like-minded learners, and the course author Ali is ranked as a top teacher on Skillshare's platform, so we knew right away that this course is worth looking into. Our personal favorite part of this course is how in-depth the course author goes into each individual aspect of editing, such as titling clips and color grading, which is a super important aspect of every video. We are hoping that by the end of this course that we will have a full understanding of how to better edit and create videos for you guys here on our channel. So if you are interested in making a career pivot, up-leveling your skills in your current role, or simply want to improve in one specific area or creative field, good news for you all is the first 1,000 people to use the first link in the description of this video will get you a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So we want to say a major thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video and for making this video possible for you guys to enjoy. Back to the video.
They really seem to have left everything as it was, and yes, it's very special. It is just a very strange feeling almost, because of obviously, as Naomi said, about the history of what went down here. It's overall not a fantastic feeling in your gut walking through here, because I can only imagine how many lives were lost here. But nonetheless, the buildings themselves, the path, road that we're walking on, it is really cool. And as I said, left entirely as it was. A lot of times with ruins and things like that, they try and repair and rebuild and do all of this type of stuff, but it almost kind of sometimes takes away from the magic of the overall experience in a place like this.
What I personally find very, very interesting, in case you have been following us for a longer time, for example, during our first Albania trip, you can kind of see, sorry, I'm so out of breath, you can kind of see a little bit of a resemblance with Berat. So like if Berat was not put back together and not looked after so well, I believe that this is what Berat would look like, because the streets are very similar, the layout of the houses on the hill are very, very similar. Now obviously Berat is still fully working and it's still completely inhabited, but just the way it is with the houses on the hill and the street is similar to the street up to the castle in Berat, kind of. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it's actually really true. It reminds us of two places for me, Berat and Gjirokastër, two places, obviously two places that were ruled by the Ottoman Empire, and very similar structure, layout and appearance to all three of those places. So if you do get the chance, if you have already been here and you want to see something that looks similar, check out Berat and Gjirokastër in Albania, definitely, because very similar vibe and atmosphere.
Well, similar in the way just of the architecture, kind of, but obviously still fully working and accessible with restaurants and bars for tourists. So it's kind of just like the overall feeling and vibe you get that is similar. My God, you guys, it's so hot today that every single time I find a little bit of shade, I just want to stand here for like 30 minutes and not keep moving. Yeah, there's very little shade in this place, but this one, thank God, does exist. The one thing that I find super, super interesting, specifically in Turkey and also in other countries more in the Balkans, is that you just basically pay entry for a place like this, but from there's like no real pathway, no kind of fences or anything that keeps you from walking off the path. So like, for example, you could just be walking this way, but you could also be walking that way, and nobody would really look after you, I guess. I find that really, really interesting, because obviously you can go into the houses and have a look around and kind of imagine what it must have been like 100 years ago or whatever, in terms of these ruins 100 years ago. And but at the same time, you always obviously have to be very, very careful if you do something like that, because these houses are ruins, and I'm pretty sure it's not safe to be climbing or do other things like that.
Now this is actually really interesting. This church here is closed for safety reasons, apparently. It actually looks spectacular. We had a little bit of a clear view of it just a little bit back there, and yeah, it looks really epic, no?
It looks absolutely amazing. You can see it if you go up the hill over here. You get a little bit of a view of the church, but also there is a gate here. that you can obviously look through, and it looks so nice. Yeah, this is really the only sign that we've seen regarding safety or regarding walking off path, so at least that one is there, thank God.
Here we have a little bit of a more in-detailed explanation of the situation that took place here in Kayakoi. It was previously known as the Greek settlement of Levisi or Karmilassos. And just have a read here, guys. It's actually very fascinating. If you want to, you can even pause the video right now and just take a screenshot of it and read at your own pleasure. I don't know what it is, but something about today, the heat here is absolutely unbearable. We had to come and grab some su, and we're also enjoying some chai as well. We needed to get into the shade. Kayakoi, the ruins, the whole area around here is well worth your time, and definitely check it out if you do get the chance. But for now, we're going to have some su and cool off a little bit before we go and explore more.
I look like a tomato.
So we just finished up having our chai and su, and we're definitely ready to go and continue and explore. But have a look at this, just how beautiful this housing situation is. Someone actually lives here, and this is actually at the very beginning where you head down towards the ticket office. Absolutely beautiful, and you have amazing views as well out over modern day Kayakoi. Wow. So now we're gonna go back towards our ATV, and we're gonna hop on and go and explore some of the beaches that Kayakoi has to offer. I believe there's one called Soguk Su. So let's go. It means cold water. Soguksu, cold water. So that's exactly, it sounds exactly what we need right now. I can't do English because of how hot it is. Wow. Let's go.
So literally just 2 minutes from where we were before in Kayakoi, we just went down the road and parked our RV, not RV, ATV here. But check this out. They have a lot of cool animals. We saw some camels and horses over there, but they also have geese and very interesting other birds. Wow, this is so cool. And we're allowed to park here for free, which is very uncommon in the area. So if you are looking to go to Soguksu as well, park here.
Guys, I'll tell you one thing. If you haven't already subscribed, go and subscribe now, because my God, the things that we are doing to get to this beach. We basically, the last time when Naomi just spoke to you there, parked our ATV, and it turns out you have to make your way back through all of the ruins that we had already explored. Have a look. That's the current view. We've walked up all the way to the top of the hill where the ruins are, and yeah, it's pretty intense. The sun is really battering down. As usual, we made the mistake, like amateurs, to come out in the middle of the day and go and explore on a totally hidden beach area. Wow, amateurs.
We asked the guy in the ticket office as well how we would get to Soguksu or Cold Water Bay, and he said just follow red. We weren't sure for the first 20 minutes of walking what red exactly we're looking for. I was like, red flowers, you know, red stones, what is it? Okay, red arrows. If you want to go here, follow the red arrows.
Even though both of us are absolutely exhausted from the heat, look at this place. Insane how cool it is. We're literally just kind of in the middle of like almost like a crater and a cave. There's a cave over here. Wow, this is what freedom does when you're able to explore around areas. How amazing is this? It's insane.
Looks really cool.
Yeah.
And to be honest, without those arrows, we would already be lost and probably be eaten by wolves or something.
Check this out. Wow.
Right.
Insane.
Sorry, but look at this arrow. Without this arrow,
yeah,
you would never think, okay, I have to walk that way, you know?
It's nuts. Little tiny red spray painted arrows scattered around all along the way to this beach. Man, I cannot wait to go for a swim. Wow, I am drenched in sweat. Naomi just pointed out something to me there that I didn't even realize. If you have a look here at the actual terrain around us, it looks very similar to lava, or the shape that lava, texture that lava would form after it's set over an extended period of time.
No, I haven't studied rocks in college or anything, but it kind of looks like it, no?
It does.
I don't know. We might be completely wrong, but looking back, it just completely seems like it's cold lava. The color, the shape.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely strange. It's all kind of like smoothed over, not so jagged style terrain. But I don't think that there's a volcano nearby. But nonetheless, we're just being silly tourists. So please correct us if we're wrong down below. And we're slowly making our way through this crazy nature right now, all to show you guys a hidden beach. It's not very often that you get lost in the middle of nowhere in nature in Turkey. We were walking and walking and walking, and we were like, where are those red arrows gone? We didn't see any, and it turns out that we went around 10 or 15 minutes in the total wrong direction. And that's not what you want when you're out here in literal wild. There's just pine trees, gravel, and random plants and lizards. Yeah, we saw a fair few lizards wandering around. But thankfully we came back and we found our way, found the red arrows again. And now we're slowly making our descent down towards the beach. This build-up is absolutely insane because of how long of a journey this walk is alone. I think we've been walking now for around 30 minutes or so, but obviously we got lost for about half of that.
Also, we're walking in a sauna.
We are also walking in a sauna, yes. It is incredibly warm. But yeah, progress. We're nearly there, and I'm hoping that this beach is going to be worth the wait. Alright guys, so we just finally arrived here at Soguksu cold water beach, and let me tell you something, it's absolutely beautiful. Blue, crystal clear water. Naomi actually just came out from having a swim and she said it is pretty cold, which is very satisfying because we actually were walking around looking for this place for just around 1 hour. There's plenty of boats and boat tours that are docking here. A lot of them are blasting very loud music, so it is obviously accessible by boat, which is probably the easiest way to get here, but there is very few people that are actually staying here on the beach itself. I would say there's maybe around 30 or 40 people in total that are actually on the beach and have walked or driven here. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic beach, and I'm definitely going to be going in for a swim to cool off now as well. Just have a look. There's plenty going on, plenty of people enjoying their time, and this is definitely a little bit off of the regular beaten path or the places that most tourists will go to in Oludeniz, unless you book a very specific boat tour that will bring you to this particular bay. Nonetheless, it certainly was worth the walk, and I'm gonna go in for a swim right now. Oh my god, what a day that was. We made it all the way, as you guys saw, to the lost village of Kayakoi, or the abandoned village. Had a look around those amazing ruins, and then, as you know, we went on that incredibly long trek to the hidden beach of Soguk Su.
And only got lost about 15 times both ways. So It took us an incredible amount of time to A, find the beach, and B, find our quad bag on the way home.
Yeah, it was an absolutely crazy day, and to be honest, both of us are just totally exhausted. We came home actually last night and fell asleep, passed out cold, so this is actually the following day now that we're catching up with you guys. And yeah, we made it back home safe and sound, thankfully. We definitely got lost, as Naomi said, way too many times. We kept missing the red arrows everywhere, and it was a crazy experience, but well worth it, no?
Super worth it. The issue was that the arrows were sometimes overgrown by plants, so you couldn't really see them, so we were just kind of walking around trying to find the arrows, and every now and then we just were like, okay, we're just gonna go straight because we see we have to go straight. And but yeah, it is a challenging hike for sure. It's well worth it. If you're a little bit more on the sensitive side, maybe this is not for you, but
yes.
If you're up for the challenge, go and find that hidden beach.
Yeah, but the whole point of today's video was just basically to show you guys things that you can do extra outside of the actual center of Oludeniz. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. My name is Luke.
My name is Naomi.
We are the Two Mad Explorers.
And this is your reminder to keep exploring.
See you in the next adventure.
Görüşürüz.
Görüşürüz.